Let's talk book talk thrillers that are overhyped, underhyped, and appropriately hyped. I have 3 from each category. Let's start with the underhyped books because these ones should truly be all over book talk. First one is If You Lie by Caleb Stevens. This is a cruise ship thriller, which first of all is one of my favorite settings for a thriller. I think it's so fun because the remote location is taken to an extreme, like nobody will find you here. This one's about a woman whose estranged sister invites her on a cruise. She thinks it's going to be a commercial cruise, but instead it's a small private yacht with her sister's cult. And yes, things go downhill just as fast as you might imagine them to. Nowhere is a thriller horror, so just keep that in mind if you're gonna read this one. It is dark, it's gritty, but it's also a deep dive into family dynamics. It's steeped in Appalachian folklore about this family who's going through incredible grief, but also trying to wrestle with the most insane things happening in their town. The mother's a detective and children are entering the forest in this town and they are not coming back, or they're coming back completely different than they left. So beyond creepy. This one I've read twice and it just really stuck with me. Drowning by TJ Newman. I feel like I saw this book a little bit like a couple years ago and then nobody talks about it anymore, but it is one of the most adrenaline producing books I've ever read. Like I felt like I was in this airplane with them. Just 6 minutes after this flight took off, it crashed into the ocean. Passengers felt so lucky to have lived until the plane starts to sink. They have no way to get out of the plane. They're headed to the ocean floor. There's limited time to save them. They're counting down the minutes and it is stressful, but if you like a tense read, you'll love this one. Moving on to books that I think are appropriately hyped, we have A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. This was a 5-star read for me. I loved this book. I love this dive into this woman whose father many years ago was convicted of killing a bunch of people, and now some similar crimes are happening and she's trying to uncover the connection. So much fun and it's so fast-paced and very eerie. Lock Every Door is one that stuck with me for a while. I think this deserves every ounce of hype that it gets. Imagine you get the dream apartment sitting gig, but it ends up being really creepy. The residents, the things happening there, the weird rules. There's a dark history in this building, and I loved the direction he took this book. And lastly, we have Lisa Jewell's None of This Is True. I feel like this is one of her most talked about books, and it's for a good reason. I think the podcast element was done incredibly. I love the audio of this one and highly recommend. I also just love how creepy it was because a lot of it seemed like it could happen to anyone, where a very innocent seeming new acquaintance is kind of weaseling their way into your life, but you're not getting any major red flags until it's too late, and now they know where you live, they've been inside your home, they're really creeping you out, but what can you do at this point? And lastly, let's end with the overhyped books. These are books that I just had higher expectations for than what was delivered. My first overhyped book is The Crash by Farina McFadden. I love a lot of her books, so this one just didn't work for me. I thought it started off so strong and then the plot just started to unravel and went in the worst possible direction, making it unbelievable and also just an unenjoyable book overall. Another author I love, I just don't love this book, The Only Survivors, was a very slow book. I thought the plot twist just didn't really land, and overall it was just a very run-in-the-mill thriller that did not live up to what I was hoping for. Similarly, The Resort was not